Welcome back to the Cool Car Guys YouTube channel. I'm John Boyd, aka the Cool Car Guy from coolcarguy.com. Today I'm bringing you another episode in my series 250 of the world's coolest cars, and today's feature, the Subaru WRX STI, one of the coolest rally cars ever created. I'm in my backyard here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, but in this video you're going to meet Andrew Niman, a musician, a DJ, a music producer, and he's a car freak. So he's got a super cool 2015 Subaru WRX STI, and we're going to dive into his experience with this car, along with his previous 2005 and 2006 STIs that he's going to tell us a little bit about in the video that you're going to watch. One of the things I love about being the Cool Car Guy is meeting fellow car enthusiasts like Andrew, who are passionate about their vehicles like I am. That's why I turned coolcarguy.com into a platform for car lovers to showcase their cool cars, and I created carsfreak.com for people to buy, sell, or promote their car-related businesses or their vehicles. You know, it's amazing how cars bring people together. Regardless of political views or professions or financial status, the love for cool cars is something that millions of people have in common. And that's really exciting. So let's dive in. Hey, this is John Boyd, the Cool Car Guy. Welcome to the Cool Car Guy Show, and today this is another episode of 250 of the world's coolest cars. And the car that I'm in today with my friend Andrew, he is going to show us his 2015 Subaru WRX STI limited edition, one-of-a-kind car. He's got just so many cool features on this vehicle. I think you're going to love it. And why don't you take a minute, Andrew, and just tell us about your YouTube channel so that we can give you a plug on here. You can see on his shirt, it's very flamboyant.
Yep, I got Mouseies on. What's up, guys? This is Mouseies, or DJ Mouseies. We also have him in the back. We got
Check
the mouse.
that out.
The
mouse in the house. That's correct. The mouse is in the house.
I love that you say that, John.
Yeah, absolutely. And this car is super cool. Check this out. We even have some pink dice here.
Got the pink dice here. We got a 10 on this. Got a number 10 there.
We've got a really cool, I'm just giving you the breakdown here. Manual transmission, of course. 2015. You can see it's the pink STI.
Yep,
right?
Pink STI. It's got the 6-speed transmission. In fact, the lights, if you actually can see, I think I have the glow changing colors. Look at that.
Check out my shoes. He's got green for Cool Car Guy. He just went to blue, went to purple. Now we got pink. There we go. We got the full spectrum. You can just see my shoes down there.
Yeah, it's changing to different colors right now.
That's correct. And not only that, but he's got the color set up so that at night, underneath the car, it lights up. So
the sucker glows.
This car is super cool. And we'll get out and we'll take a look at it, you know, outside in a minute. Maybe we'll go for a quick spin as well. But why don't you tell us a little bit about how many horsepower does this vehicle have? Now, standard, it comes with 305 horsepower in the base model Subaru WRX STI. This had 309, right? Because it's the limited edition.
Yep, 309 is what the limited edition came with stock. But then I did a stage 3 on it. Plus, we boosted it with the different, exhaust system as well as the intake underneath, and it's pushing like 455 horsepower.
Wow.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, so this is not your base Subaru WRX STI.
No, not at all. Plus, I did the aftermarket street racing shocks. I did the full coilover setup. It's HKS's is on this. And
okay.
I have the NVIDIA exhaust, the full exhaust that goes all the way through, plus I have it tuned.
Nice.
So yeah. And
standard, you get the sunroof, you get the leather seats. You can see these are leather seats.
Oh, yeah.
It's got the full meal deal. It's got power everything, power windows, power locks. So it's like a luxury
cruise control.
It's a luxury WRX.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
carbon fiber.
It's got the carbon fiber. Yep.
Yeah, and in 2015, compared to the other two vehicles, because you told me you had a 2005 and a 2006, and your whole journey with the STI started because you're a motocross guy.
Yeah, I used to actually race for Honda and Fox. I used to be a pro rider for them. Well, actually, I got semi-pro, but then I got sponsored by Fox and Honda. And in fact, underneath on my chest here, I have my first tattoo. I actually got when I was 13. My dad signed to get me it. You know what I mean? Because I had to have parents' consent. And I got a little fox, and underneath it says Red Rider.
Very
Honda.
cool.
Yeah, because I was sponsored by them. I became a pro, and it was, I mean, I was 13 years old. I wasn't even 14 yet, and I became a pro rider
That's amazing.
for Fox and Honda. And so, yeah, I remember my first STI, I had gotten the 2005.
Sure.
And it was blue with the gold rims, and I was really fascinated by it because I had a lot of friends that were into motocross, and they were like, man, you know, they were talking about getting off-road, you know, just different vehicles, because these are rally car, you know, rally car.
Travis Pastrana.
Exactly.
He's a big motocross guy.
He was one of my, I was a big fan of his.
I think he was the first guy to do a backflip.
Yep. I'm pretty sure.
Now you got everybody doing backflips.
Yeah, everybody.
But he was like the first, and then he transitioned to motocross.
Yep.
Him and Ken Block, and you know, he was riding for Subaru with the STI. I think, was it in 05 or 06?
Yeah, he's had so many of them, and then he's done crazy things in them where he took these massive jumps with them, and
totally
done crazy things. But these really are, they're built. But yeah, I had an 05, and then I ended up having some problems with like the clutch and the engine, and I fixed it, but then I decided I wanted to do an upgrade, so I ended up getting the 2006. I found a used one up in Portland, Oregon.
The Hawkeye, right?
Yeah.
You know, for the chassis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's I mean, those were very popular, and they still are today. I mean, that's like when people see those, and they're usually they too are usually tuned.
Oh yeah.
People either use them for track cars because of the all-wheel drive, and they, you know, try to put a lot of horsepower in them, which I think you did on your first one, as you mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So your second one.
My second one.
Your first one, you kept it more of a rally car.
Exactly. I kept that one more of a rally car. But my second one, my 2006...
You went nuts.
Oh, I went crazy on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I blew the motor and transmission actually twice. I blew it twice.
That's expensive.
And I did it here, right, and I did it here in town. I was just doing the quarter-mile stuff. So I kept doing all these upgrades and everything.
So for people, we're in Albuquerque right now, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Well, actually, we're in Rio Rancho.
Yeah, we're in Rio Rancho. We're kind of on the border.
It's right on the border.
Yeah, but the track that you took it to is in Albuquerque.
It's just on the outside of Albuquerque, basically near where like the Sunport Airport is.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and
there's a quarter-mile track there.
Oh yeah.
And you, how many horsepower did you tell us about what you did to the 2006, and then we'll get back to this 2015 that we're sitting in.
All right.
By the way, we're sitting in here now instead of going out and looking at the car because it's kind of windy today.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day.
So now you can hear us better.
Yeah, and you can hear us better for sure.
But you can hear probably the car rumbling.
Yeah, the car is rumbling.
Here, let me turn that off.
Okay, we turned it off. There we go. So tell us about this 2006, because it's insane.
Yeah.
You sent it out to California. You had them do what to the engine and the transmission?
So my 2006, because I blew the engine twice in the transmission, I decided to buy a whole brand new motor, transmission, and I was told that I could send it out to a place in California called Cryogen. I sent him out there, my transmission and motor. They basically cryogenically froze the motor and transmission to give it more of a hardening effect. Sent it back. Me and my buddy, he was a mechanic, a master mechanic at Pep Boys. We ended up installing this all ourselves. We did everything on this car. We would just build it, and we would just spend hours, you know. I'd buy him some like beers, you know what I mean? And he was just like, and then of course after he had too many, he was like, I don't want to work on it anymore. But
sure,
we would work on it, you know, sometimes just into the middle of the night. And back then I was going to college and everything. But when
he was a Subaru freak too then? Obviously.
Yeah. And we ended up getting the motor and transmission. And after everything was said and done, when I had that car dynoed, it was pushing 955 horsepower to the wheels.
Yeah, that's insane.
To the wheels. It was pushing just under 1,100. I don't remember the exact number, but I always remember 955 to the wheels because I was so impressed. Crazy. And I mean, you know, it had to be, because these are all-wheel drive, they have to be dynoed on an all-wheel drive dyno.
Yeah, that's next level nuts.
But I bought it stock, and then I ended up selling it to a guy on eBay. So I bought it on eBay from Oregon, drove it down here from Portland, Oregon. I ended up selling it back on eBay years later.
Wow.
To a guy, and he actually bought it in Canada, and then he drove down here himself with a big, you know, truck, and then, you know, put it on there, and I said goodbye, you know, to
That's
my old
amazing.
STI.
What a great story.
Yeah.
eBay Motors.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have coolcarguy.com, which you can advertise your car for $50.
Yep.
You know, I don't take a percentage like eBay does.
Heck yeah.
Right? I mean, they take a percentage of your auction
They
fee.
take a chunk.
They take a big chunk.
Big chunk.
So if you want to
Go with this guy.
Yeah.
Go with this guy.
You can list
okay?
your car for $50 on mine.
You can't beat that.
No, it's crazy. I just decided to make it so that, you know, people could list up to 3 vehicles for $50 a year. So what's really cool is you can showcase your car too. So if you don't want to sell it, you know, just show it off.
Yeah.
Just list it for $50 for the year.
That's cheap.
I mean, it's super cheap.
That's
and then if some
cheap.
guy in Canada is like watching your car,
Yep.
when you are ready to sell, he'll reach out to you and go, "Oh yeah, I'll buy that."
Oh yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
Which that's super cool.
Telling you guys, go to his site.
That's
okay?
that's a side note. That was free.
That's a free one.
That's a free one. Okay, getting back to this car now. It's got 450 horsepower, 455. You know, we'll look at the motor here in a minute.
Okay.
What else do you want to tell us about it? It's more of a track car. You've got it super low, so you got to watch it when you're going.
Yep.
You know, that's one of the disadvantages of a daily driver when they're really low. You know, is that you know you got to be careful going over speed bumps or anything else. You know, you go through a school zone or through a parking lot with speed bumps, and it's like, oh crap.
Yeah,
you know,
I want the smoothest road. I want the smoothest road that I can possibly get, just being honest with you. But this is a street style setup that I've done on this car.
Yeah, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, like Japanese style is what I did. You know, because this is a Japanese car.
Yeah.
This, you know, even a lot of people don't realize it, but this actually came straight from Japan. This model, a lot of the Subarus that are not like the STIs or the WRXs, they're usually coming from factories here or even other places. But the STIs, they usually specialize them in Japan specifically, and then they send them out to different dealers.
Yeah, which is awesome. And as you know, you and I were talking earlier, unfortunately, Subaru has like kind of ditched the STI for all the STI fans that are out there.
It's crazy.
I think they stopped it in 2021.
I think they did.
Yeah.
But then
and now they're talking about bringing it back, and it's just a joke.
I know.
You know what I mean, they're not even looking at doing it in a manual transmission.
That's crazy.
I mean,
you gotta have the manual.
What?
Look at it. Come on. You need the 6-speed.
You can't do a STI or a WRX and not do it in a manual transmission.
No way.
That's just stupid.
Yep. I
You know,
agree.
it's a rally car.
Yeah.
That's like telling a motocross guy that, you know, we're going to put an automatic on your motocross. You won't be able to shift through the gears.
Yeah, you want that feeling, you know? You can't beat that.
No, I mean, for sure.
Yeah, you can't beat the feeling of it.
It just makes it super fun.
That's the whole point of why. I mean, I wouldn't want this if it was any other way.
A side note for me, I mean, these handle so well in the snow. The Subaru, you know, just with their asymmetrical all-wheel drive system, it's always been just one of the great things about Subaru as a rally car. I think I mentioned to you earlier, I had a 2007 WRX. It was the limited edition. It was the WRX, so it only had like 225 horsepower, which was still plenty for the car because, you know, I was making trips back and forth at that time as a snowboard instructor up at Loveland Ski Area from Castle Rock, driving through snowstorms, and that car handled so well. I mean, it was just so much fun with the little turbo.
Man.
You know, it's just great, and you can testify that as well.
Oh yeah,
that these handle in any road condition.
Yep.
And that's what's so fun about them with the all-wheel drive. They're great as track cars. They're great as rally cars. You know, when you're in New Mexico here, you can take these cars and go off-road.
Yep.
They're just, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I don't know. To me, they have there's something beautiful about them for sure.
So let's get out and we'll walk around this car. You can point out all the cool things about it. We're going to fire it up again, and then we'll look at the motor, you know, pop the hood, and we'll see some of the customization that has been done to this Subaru WRX STI 2015 limited edition. Check this out. You're going to see these powder coated wheels and you're going to go, wow. All right, so check it out. It's the STI. I'm going to ask Andrew to go ahead and give us the nickel tour.
What's up, guys? This is Andrew Mousies. I hope you're all doing well. So the rims is one of the first things that people will notice about this car.
They're powder coated.
Yeah, they're custom powder coated, and of course they pick up brake dust like crazy. But you know, I just literally washed this yesterday, but just from the driving of it, you know, it picks up that brake dust. But they're custom. It's like a translucent paint color, and they're custom. You know what I mean? Even the cap, it's a custom silver cap, but I also have pink matching caps if I decide to switch them out. But it's all four, you know. I have it lowered, as you can see. I upgraded, I put the shark fins on top. That did come stock with it. The wing, of course, does, but I ended up doing the VMS inlets for this just to give it more of a aesthetic look that I was going for. Plus, it does help with pushing down more on the car. And then, of course, if you can see underneath, we're gonna
get underneath here.
Yeah, if you can see back there, I don't know, if you can see NVIDIA exhaust.
Okay.
Full exhaust system. Yeah, big wing.
Okay, I'm gonna open up the door to the back seat too.
Oh yeah.
You know, why don't you go ahead and open that up? Because that's one of the things that's really cool here. You know, I did the Mazda Miata yesterday, and that's a two-seater.
I mean, look how big Mousie's using.
Yeah, you can actually Mousie's is back there.
Yeah.
You can actually fit, you know, 5 people in this vehicle.
Yeah, big dudes.
Which is awesome.
And then yeah, if we come up here, we also have the chameleon lights.
Chameleon headlights.
Chameleon covered headlights, as well as the chameleon covered fog lights. And then of course I ended up changing, these are aftermarket emblems for the front and the rear. And then I'll pop the hood.
All right, pop the hood. We'll take a look at that. We'll go for a quick ride and we'll finish up the video. Now you're starting to see why this has made my list of 250 of the coolest cars. And you know, I'm not ranking them as I mentioned in my last video. It's just this is a really cool car.
Heck yeah.
It's cool because it's fun. It's got tons of enthusiasts, tons of horsepower.
Yep.
As I mentioned, you know, standard on this vehicle back in 2015 was 309 horsepower on the limited edition, and now with the
Cobb setup. I also did the torsion bars in the front and the rear. And yeah, I was going for the feel when I was doing this car. I was going for more of like, I wanted to keep it more as close to stock in a way, per se, you know what I mean? Because once you start pushing like horsepower and stuff like that, it's well,
you're getting really far away from
stuff. You're getting far away from the original. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean?
But still, with 455 horsepower, this thing will get up and go.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's got a fast 0 to 60 for sure. So getting on and off the on-ramps.
Plus it has the lights, I don't know.
Oh yeah, check this out. I did see that. You got to turn that on. So at night, this thing lights up like a Christmas tree.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, now we got him. I'm sure you're seeing him about now. I'm going to just go up and down so you can take a look. He's changing out the colors.
So yeah, at nighttime, this thing glows, and you can just see me just... People will see me across like the city and they'll be like, bro, I seen you everywhere. Because it's got lights here, it's got lights here in the grill, it also has lights down here, and it also has running lights that go all the way here underneath, so it just glows. And then even in the rear underneath here, it glows. I mean, we're in the daytime, so it's super hard to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to go for a quick ride. Buckle up for safety.
Buckle up for safety.
This is so much fun. I just, you know, I love cars. Cool Car Guy.
Yeah.
This is definitely a car for coolcarguy.com. And I'm so excited that I got an opportunity to go on a ride with Andrew today and take a look at his cool car and check out his YouTube channel. You know, what's amazing is that one of the things I love about being the Cool Car Guy is you just never know who you're going to meet. And here he's a DJ with a influencer YouTube channel for, or Instagram primarily, right?
I have, my YouTube is huge. I mean, I make I have a record label. It's called Mouse Cheese Records.
Mouse Cheese Records.
Mouse Cheese Records. Mouse is in the house, you know?
Yep. Right there. He's in the back seat.
Yep.
But what's really cool is that, you know, here you have people that are tuning into you for your DJ.
Yeah, I make music. I make electronic music.
And yet you're a total car freak.
Oh, I love them.
You know, and by the way, that's my other website, carsfreak.com, so you can check that out. So if you don't have a cool car, but you have a cool car, you can list it on both sites. But, you know, Cars Freak is really for anybody that's in the car business. So if somebody wants to, you know, they're a detailer or whatever, they can run an ad on that site.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I set that up. And coolcarguy.com is just for cool cars like this. But I think that's one of the best things that I love so much about just cool cars and people that, like yourself, that you have so many different stories of cars that you've owned.
Yep.
From Hondas to Subarus. You were talking about, you know, when you rode for Honda and did motocross, but then later you had the Honda Civic SI,
yes,
which I owned a number of those, and I owned the CRXs, and
that's
you know,
what you were saying.
Yeah,
those CRXs are super cool.
Yeah, they were just really fun to drive. Oh, and check this out!
Hey,
look right in front of us.
There's
a Subaru WRX.
That's one of the newer ones.
It's a newer one, orange. Let's go catch him.
He's trying to get away.
He's getting away. Let's see if we can catch him. You can definitely catch him in this car.
Oh, yeah.
I'm giving you guys the real life experience
I'm
here.
making it.
This guy in front of us has no idea that he's going to be on the Cool Car Guy YouTube channel.
Yep.
With his orange Subaru WRX.
That's a beautiful style.
Yeah, it's super cool. You can see the exhaust is different.
Yep.
On that vehicle compared to what we have here that we just looked at.
Yeah, it's cool. I noticed he has white rims.
Yeah, I saw the white rims too.
So he's good. See, there's people, when they get into these cars, they give it style, you know?
Absolutely.
And I'll be honest, like a lot of people, they'll see me wear it, they're like riding around with these pink rims, and they're like, how do you do that? And I'm like, why? They're awesome. I love them.
Yeah, they're super cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just, you know, that is so cool.
Oh, yeah. Look how beautiful that you can see, like, the whole mountain, Sandia Mountains, just everything. Today's such a beautiful, this is like a perfect day for a drive.
It is. It's a great day for a drive. We just passed, by the way, the Albuquerque police.
Yep.
But, you know, we're going the speed limit, so whatever.
Everything's good.
Everything's good in Albuquerque.
I always, whenever I see a car, like an STI or WRX, I'm always like, that's my brother! And people are like, what? That's my brother in the car world. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's a cult following, as I mentioned, for this car.
Right.
Which is great. And I know this video is a little long, but hey, man, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun. And we're gonna see if we can get up. Maybe we'll get up next to this guy. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna be able to pass him. We're on this 2-lane road. But it's kind of funny that we pull out of the parking lot and there's another Subaru WRX.
You know, I'm telling you, these cars, I love them. And of course, you can tell that the ride isn't, you know, it's
stiff.
It's stiff.
It's a very stiff ride, which I think that's one of the things that attracts a lot of motocross people to the vehicle.
Exactly.
Because
it gives you that road feel.
Well, it gives you the feel like when you're on a motorcycle. You know, I used to ride a lot of enduros, and
really?
you know the Honda 250s, you know, the XLs, and they were just, you know, you'd have that road feel. It was just so much fun.
Oh yeah.
And I liked the XL because they were road legal. But you know, if I wanted to hop into that ditch down there, I could go do that.
Oh yeah.
Which was a lot of fun. Yeah, you could hit the drainage ditch.
Oh man, those are the days.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, maybe we make a U-turn here and we'll film this guy's, you know, Subaru here. Here, now you can see the white wheels that he's got
I should have flipped there.
There you
check it out. Look at that. Later, bro. We love your car, bro.
Yo!
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I like the red wheels. Thanks, bro.
Yeah. What year?
2022.
Sweet.
Yeah, brand new this one.
Looks good, man.
Thanks.
Excellent. Have a blessed day, bro.
See,
we got him on.
And that's what's awesome about being the cool car guy and going on a ride, because you never know what other cool cars you're going to see.
I know.
Yeah, so before we head back, you're going to hear the turbo kick in, and you're going to hear the splish splash of the throw-off valve.
Splish splash, you're taking a bath.
That's absolutely right. So once he starts punching this again, we'll show you on his little boost, you know, right here. Hear that? I don't know if you can hear it. Okay,
Splish splash.
It goes splish splash. It's like a it's like a whip. You know, it's like a buddy of mine. Oh, there we go. Woo! Yeah, splish splash is what I call it. But, you know, it kind of reminds me, a buddy of mine has a whip on his phone, and when we're playing golf, and my wife calls, he'll pull out his phone and it'll go, whoosh.
Oh, that's cool.
And it kind of sounds like the throw-off valve. It's like a whip,
That does.
which, you know, it just offers a really cool driving experience when you're, you know, cruising down the road and you hit that turbo, and you
there's
can.
nothing better. I just something about that sound, and you just feel like the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can hear it again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's putting down the sunroof, so we'll hear it again before we call it quits here. But man, I've really enjoyed this day. This has been a lot of fun. Spent about a half hour now with Andrew cruising around in his cool.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, John.
Yeah, in his cool, super cool, 455 horsepower Subaru WRX Limited Edition STI.
That's it.